What's up, weirdos? This is Evan Jarvix with Make Oklahoma Weirder, and this is our local music vlog for the week. Hi, there's a lot going on. I'm going to jump right into it. This weekend, there's a lot of shows to catch, depending on where you're at, depending on what you're into. MISfest is happening. That's happening in Tulsa. A couple of people have been kind enough to remind me about that. Shout out to Linka, who is playing there. Shout out to Rachel Bachman, who is also playing there. Rachel Bachman's based out of Tulsa. Very fun, very thoughtful, very interesting, and inventive singer-songwriter. It is a ladies-themed festival. If you don't know about it, it's been happening for a minute. I think this is the third year they're doing it. I could be wrong on that. But it's kind of a staple up there now as, you know, this sort of female-only music festival. It does cost to go. I want to say it's like $15 to get in, but they're very selective about their talent, and it's a really cool thing they do up there. So shout out to MISfest in Tulsa. Thank you guys for alerting me to that. Who else hit me up this week? Which you can always send me stuff. You can hit me up on I'm at Evan Jarvix, but if you want music stuff, Make Oklahoma Weirder is at Weirder OK, WEIRDER OK. That's on all social media. You can also send emails to makeoklahomaweirder@gmail.com. When I get the website finally up and running, there will be a contact form there as well. But feel free to send me stuff. Other people have sent me stuff. Dezz got Steeze. Do y'all know Dezz? Surely you do. Hopefully you do. At least if you're into hip-hop. If you don't, and you have any interest in hip-hop whatsoever, you should absolutely have her. Not just on your radar, but like right there in the center of your focus on what to look towards to stay informed on those sorts of things. She is the go-to source, and she has just worked so hard over the years, very humbly, some would debate that, but I think she shows a lot of humility with the work that she does. Anyway, gotsteeze.net. That's STEEZE, gotsteeze.net. That's your number one source for Oklahoma hip-hop news, information, event calendar, all that good stuff. And follow her on social media, too. Anyway, she let me know about this. It's a music and poetry event that's happening at a place called Queen Lounge. I'm not familiar with Queen Lounge at all, so I'm really curious to check this out. It is 21 plus, but it's free to get in. This is put on. She has involvement with the event, but we've also got Gorilla Breed, who are a great local collective. If you're at all involved at the hookah lounge stuff that happens over at Hubbly Bubbly, you've surely run into members of Gorilla Breed. So Gorilla Breed, and then Poetry and Chill is another cool thing that happens. That's an event that occurs, and so they kind of came together, combined forces to make this show, which is Humble Vibes. Humble Vibes has happened before. It's kind of gone through a couple of iterations, and this is kind of just the most recent one, where they're kind of combining music and poetry. And we've got artists coming down from Tulsa. We've got artists from Oklahoma City. Some that I know, some that I'm not very familiar with. I've got a list. I made sure to write this down because I wasn't going to remember everybody. Druce Wayne, Dezz, which I still haven't seen Dezz. I may go to this just so I can finally see Dezz. If you don't know, he's got that track Rollin', which has been getting a lot of popularity, lots of airplay on Wild, and shout out to Dezz. Earl Hazard, who I really like. Check out the Bishop tape that came out earlier this month. Anthony Crawford, Vic Goes Hard, Diamond Harper. So we've got some poets in the house. Keezy Cuts out of Tulsa. So lots of names. It's going to be a cool deal. Thank you for sending me that event. Man, there's a lot more going on this weekend. I'm going to try and speed through it because there's some other stuff I want to talk about. Second Friday, always down in Norman. Second Friday is a great place to check out local music because you've always got like 10 shows happening at the same time, mostly from local artists, mostly from original artists. Opolis always has the official showcase kind of after the whole everything has died down. Chase Kirby's headlining that one. Chase Kirby, of course, I've been a fan of for quite some time. You know him from all sorts of things. His most latest project being with Ex-Wives, which is a new band that he formed with a couple other dudes, and he's doing that show. He's also got Paxton Pennington on, which if you follow the vlog, I talked about Paxton a couple weeks ago, so I'm always looking forward to seeing what Paxton's going to do next. Kind of curious to see how he evolves over time, and he's dropping a new single, and this is doubling as his single release. So I have heard the single already. It's called Smoke Rings. I think it's solid, and I think it's a really smart pairing to put him with Chase Kirby because this single and then another single he sent me kind of remind me a lot of Chase Kirby's music. So I think, it's not totally adventurous and not totally inventive to the point where it might isolate people. I think it's just a little more straightforward, a little more straight from the heart, straight from the mind. I know that's how Chase Kirby writes, and I kind of gather that might be how Paxton's approaching these songs as well. So this new song, Smoke Rings, it's got a kind of a weird guitar riff. Of course, we like weird stuff, so we're into it. But yeah, Paxton is releasing a single, and we've also got Cedar House on that bill. Cedar House is apparently pulling double duty. They came out with an EP earlier this year. They're a folk trio, I think. I saw them once at a house show. But Cedar House is also going to be doing a show at the KOSU studios. Shout out to Oklahoma Rock Show. If you don't follow Oklahoma Rock Show, you're missing out. Even if you don't get to catch the live broadcasts, follow them on Facebook where they post all the songs that they play during their show. It's the best way to find new original music in Oklahoma, in my opinion. It's what got me kind of, suckered into all of this in the first place. So Oklahoma Rock Show always does a fundraiser for whenever KOSU is raising funds, because KOSU, the Spy, they're all kind of part of the same package now. And so Oklahoma Rock Show does a live show where for their 2-hour block, they actually have live music from a bunch of local bands. They ask them a couple questions kind of, throughout the program. It's a really cool thing. Eric the Viking, Johnny Manchild, Keithley, stranded at the station, Cedar House, Abigail Dawn. So Johnny Manchild's about the only one that's not a folk Americana type artist. But I'm sure he's going to be playing a stripped solo set, because that's what these are. These are acoustic sets that are kind of meant to be more intimate. And so these are it's a cool thing that happens every so often. So even if you can't make it out for whatever reason, if you can't make it out to any shows, support your local music through KOSU. Send in a donation and check out the live show they've got going. If you're watching this on Friday, it's tonight. Check it out. It'll be at 7 o'clock. Man, lots of events. I can't get them all. I got to talk about Naturalist. Naturalist, post-hardcore, kind of riding the emo resurgence wave a bit. Naturalist has been around for a minute. They're actually playing a show at 89th Street Collective on Friday, and it is a celebration of their, more or less, their breakout EP of sorts. They have an EP they put out before then, but this is the one that really kind of made them a local staple and really kind of connected with people, really established their sound, and it's called Friends. I'm a fan of it. It's actually the first album I ever reviewed, so that means I've been going at this 3 years as well. So Naturalist, they're having a show at 89th Street, and I like Naturalist a lot. They bring a lot of energy and a lot of passion to what they do. Very, very good to their fans, and they're just great people. Okay, I got 50 seconds. I want to shout out Colourmusic, because I haven't talked about Colourmusic yet. If you don't know, Colourmusic does have a new album out. It's been out for a minute. It's been out for a couple months at least. And a lot of people don't realize it. They haven't really promoted it that much, except for in a cryptic way. And the only way you can get it is if you message them. You have to email them, or you have to message them on social media. They're not releasing it in a conventional way. So it's called Swimsuit. Really the only thing you can get is the lyric video for Pageant, which is one of the tracks on there. You can watch that on YouTube, so just search for Colourmusic Pageant and you can find it there. But Colourmusic has an album, and a lot of people don't realize this. It took me a long time to realize this. Check it out.